Okay, darling. Oh wait, maybe we should like move my little eggplant down here. Oh my gosh, I just had a sneezing fit. Sorry. Anywho, how are you guys doing? Um, yeah. So this one just like I rarely turn on the TV nowadays because well, I feel like I really appreciate having like the streaming sites, like the Netflixes, the Hulu's, the Disney Plus, because like you can curate what you want to watch, right? And or like the offerings that they have, you can customize what you want to see. Now with cable, obviously that's not always true. Um, so I saw this come across my news feed actually on my phone earlier, and I was like, "What is going on?" Um, and apparently, we have another fabulous politician caught in the crossfires of the feds. I don't know. I feel like 2024 is the year when it's just unraveling. The tales of these misfit politicians is just unraveling on both sides of the aisle. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it's a Republican or a Democrat or whatever else is out there. It's just like, mm, the bone collector come to collect these bones, honey. Like, hello. Just literally kick open those doors, those closets with all them bones. Anywho, so what we have here is a lifelong public servant who is a senior U.S. senator from New Jersey. Yes, he's also senior looking. He has held that position since 2006, and his name is New Jersey Senator Robert Menendez. Just this morning was found guilty of bribery, fraud, and extortion charges. I am confused though why his wife, the one picture there with holding him on the arm, wears her clothes the way she does. I mean, man, it's like, he's still sort of polished in his trousers and his khakis, and she's just like, girl, I'm pretty sure you know that your husband is a U.S. senator. I mean, I mean, you know, you could have worn jeans, but did it have to be something like you would be wearing if you were, oh, I don't know, going to the club or something? Oh, shh. Anywho, so back to Robert Menendez. Um, so again, he has held the position since 2006, but alas, the shadow of political corruption, which came unusually early for him, cast a persistent shadow. His early foray into political corruption came as he turned against his then mentor, the previous mayor, William Musto of Union City, New Jersey. Mayor Musto was at the time a very popular leader of their gritty hometown. And again, against his mentor, Mayor Musto, Robert Menendez took the witness stand and testified that, including the mayor, obviously, city officials had pocketed kickbacks on construction projects, which helped put the mayor behind bars. Now, I don't know if the mayor is still behind bars, but still. Menendez was 28 years old at the time, and he wore a bulletproof vest for a month after. Only a month, sir? Dang. Okay. I mean, I would think like if you were gonna wear a bulletproof vest, you would wear it all the time. You know what I mean? And anyway, while that episode helped fuel Menendez's rise from a New Jersey tenement to the pinnacle of power in Washington as the state's senior senator, those who've closely followed his career say that the years he spent under the former mayor, Musto, under that mayor's leadership, also set the tone for another sinister undercurrent, which now has taken over as he was found guilty on all counts. More on that later. Um, he was found, he himself became a power broker to moneyed interested parties, foreign and otherwise, which have repeatedly attracted the scrutiny of federal prosecutors. So, unfortunately for him, he's recently faced explosive bribery charges along with his wife Nadine, the lady in the picture with the, yeah, those jeans, and three other New Jersey businessmen, while Hannah, Fred Davies, and another defendant, Jose Uribe, who had already pleaded guilty and did testify that he did indeed bribe Menendez with a Mercedes Benz. All told, he and his three co defendants, his wife, and the other two businessmen, has just been found guilty. Menendez, however, was found guilty of all 16 counts. Like 16. Wow, sir. He is joining the list of six other sitting senators. This makes him the seventh. I mean, you don't want to be in the company of these like other sitting senators who've been convicted of a federal crime, but you know what? Here you are now. Um, I have to ask though, because he has been convicted, how much was your reputation worth? Like, how much was your credibility worth? Like, more importantly, it just, it's sad to have to use this analogy, but like for a pound of flesh, not literally, okay? You were willing to sell your position to the highest bidder for a Mercedes Benz, bars of solid gold, and 400 plus $1,000 in cash? Sir, um, I can't. I can't. And politicians across the aisle, both sides of the aisle, wonder why the voters want better leadership. Duh. The audacity of any one of them to even ask that question. Anywho, back to Robert Menendez. Per the New York Times, this is what the core charges were. Prosecutors accused Menendez and his wife Nadine of orchestrating a bribery scheme while he was the Democratic leader of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. The U.S. government contended that the senator acted as an agent of Egypt and interceded to quash criminal prosecutions in New Jersey in exchange for the payoff, which he then sought to cover up. Egypt? Huh? Well, you don't hear that often. I mean, you hear about like the Middle East and stuff, or like, South America, but Egypt? Okay. Per the federal prosecutor in the case, Paul Monteleone, Menendez was the mastermind of the plot who, quote, didn't think it was enough for him to be one of the most powerful people in Washington. He also wanted to use it to pile up riches for himself and his wife, unquote. And on the opposite end of that, Menendez's defense lawyer, Adam Fee, like FEE, the fee that you pay. Well, of course, it's going to be paid because, I mean, who? The billable hours on those. Hello. Ka-ching, ka-ching. Insisted that the senator's actions had actually been, quote, 100% appropriate and unquote, and even accused the government of using, quote unquote, half truths, aka lion, to fill in key gaps in the evidence. Mr. Fee also argued that the cash and gold found in the custody of Menendez were actually not bribes, but generous gifts to his wife in lean times. Um, okay, so they were, let's just say they were, hypothetically, generous gifts to his wife. How did they suppose she was going to be able to cash a gold bar? let alone several gold bars. Yeah, riddle me that. Now then, the other defendants who stood trial with Menendez were Fred Davies again and Wael Hanna, both businessmen in New Jersey, and were charged with bribing Menendez. His wife is also charged, but her trial is postponed indefinitely while she undergoes treatment for cancer. This is again reportedly, per New York Times, a historic prosecution as he is the first senator to be charged with acting as a foreign agent and the first in the Senate's 235 history to be indicted in separate bribery cases. He was previously prosecuted for bribery, which ended in mistrial back in 2017. So the jury for this trial, however, deliberated for about 12 hours. And of course, the leaders of the bipartisan Senate Ethics Committee issued a statement saying that they would take up an investigation into Senator Menendez and that the committee will consider the full range of disciplinary actions. His lawyers are planning to appeal this and, likely will even take this all the way up to the highest court of the land. Assuming, though, that Menendez does not resign, even though a lot of his colleagues are now calling for him to do so, will his fellow senators allow a member of the committee convicted of acting as a foreign agent to continue to serve on the committees and receive intelligence briefings? Now that is a great responsibility. That's a heavy question to ask and answer. I mean, his committee members sure have got their homework to do because in this election year, in this election landscape, a misstep can have severe repercussions that can reverberate for years to come. Don't y'all agree? I mean, hello. This landscape is already like, ooh, my goodness, my goodness. Anywho, darlings, that's all we have for now. Remember, you're all kinds of fabulous. So you stay your fabulous self. And remember to leave grace for others and to always journey in gratitude. Darling dears, I shall talk to you all later. Live now. Bye.